Are we looking at pause now, or... Bubonic, being a cat person, I do enjoy cats, although, hey, I mean, doggos have their place, too. This is all reset and ready to go. So if you remember, hey, this is Matty Morg's guide to Volo's guide to monsters as player characters. A guide. A thank you. Most of this is going to be the same character generation that we've done before. If any of you are new here and you've cycled in or out, a refresher. We are going to be pulling races from Volo's guide. We'll get into things per usual. We're going to roll a percentile to see if we have a male, female, or multi-class character. 57, we do have another male character. Pardon me. There are 13 races in Volos. There are 7 that are, I don't know, like official. I'll show you real quick. I mean, not official, but that have their own sections, right? Asamar, Furbolg, Goliath, Kenku, Lizardfolk, Tabaxi, and Triton. Though the other 6 come here in Monstrous Adventures when you have bugbears, hobgoblins, and it's more of a stat block than a dedicated, area. Ooh, hot buffalo wing pretzels. Well, I don't know if I could do that right now. I already have black licorice as a taste in my mouth. That'd be a very weird one. So for what we're doing, I've opened it up and I said we're going to go all 13. I'm going to manufacture a 13-sided die, and let's find out which one we have. A 13. And a 13 is a Yuan-ti. So a snake person. Hopefully you all like snakes. Our first 2 characters are the Macabre Derek predicted it, right? He was showing off a concept that for a Kenku character he was making, and just last night he was telling me about Yuan-ti Purebloods and Volos. He called this. Okay. Alignment is going to be a normal roll. 2 percentiles. 85, 85. Is this a chaotic evil character? Yes. Yes, it is. Might be having an evil party here. But then again, what is evil if you're trying to fight for the existence of your people, right? Alright, well, if we get a paladin or cleric, this opens up options again. What level is he? A percentile will figure that out. A 42? 42 is level 11. Of the 3 ASIs, or stat bumps, that he'll get, let's determine how many of those will be feats. All 3. All 2. He's almost at his 3rd. Ah, oolong is good stuff. We're now having a delightful tea party by the old mill in town. Isn't that wonderful? D13 for backgrounds. Roll it. An 11. A sailor or pirate. Just like with the urchin, there's no special roll for this one. That means we're going to get either ship's passage or bad reputation. Spicy Larry pretends he typoed and knew it was oolong, like with the two O's. Now, which class is he? This golden button, well, kind of behind my head here. This golden button's going to tell us. A 12, a wizard. And what type of wizard? We'll roll a d8 and find out. A number 4 wizard. Abjuration, conjuration, divination, an enchantment wizard. Bubonic one finally gets a core class. I love Earl Grey's music. My mean tea, says Spicy Larry. Bubonic, not a sorcerer or a freaking warlock. A wizard. A snake charmer. A civil. I'd be lewd to laugh with my mouth open because there's some black licorice in there. A pirate wizard snake. Yes, Rykon. We've done it. We finally created the pirate wizard snake we've always wanted. Okay. We need to roll for the age range, and then everything else will be off of the other sheet. 4. Ah, we have a child prodigy. Alright, here's our Yuan-ti. Let's continue filling in the dots. They start at 4'8", and we're going to add 2d10 inches. We're going to add 19 inches. Alright, so that's going to, let's see, 4 is going to bleed off to be 5 feet. 6'3". We're going to take this same 19 pounds and multiply it by 2d4. 7. And we're going to add that to the base weight of 110. Okay. So that's going to be 54. That's 63. Three, 6, 136. 246. He's a big boy. He's been eating his eggs. Whatever snakes eat. He's been eating his mice. Dark Wolf here is is giving Tycho Boom a bit of a hard time, or is it the other way around? Romantic Day, what kind of Yuan-ti is it? Top half snake or bottom half snake? Yeah, this is a big boy. And a child prodigy Yuan-ti is going to be a D6. 6. He's 15 years old. Okay. We're going to start with his background first. We're going to scroll to Sailor. This could flash. Here we go. Here's our Sailor. We are going to get proficiencies with athletics and perception. Dark Wolf is calling you out, Tycho. Tool proficiencies. Navigator's tools and vehicles, water. A club, or maybe we could even use this as an arcane focus. We can maybe call it a wand. Whatever it is, it's a belaying pin or some other piece of a ship on which he served. We'll get 50 feet of silk rope. We'll get a lucky charm. Trinket number something. Another trinket in the party. A set of common clothes. A belt pouch and 10 gold. Purebloods are bottom of the totem pole. Wait, you're right, Spicy. I always mix those up. Confuses me too, says Spicy. The purer, the lower they are. Dark Wolf question, why are they called Purebloods if they're low ranked? More snake means they can't infiltrate. Spicy Larry, good question. The more corrupted and impure, the higher on the pole. It's odd. Tycho, the same reason muggles who have progeny with wizards can have children called mudbloods. They're racist. Bubonic says is why they're lower. And we'll get into that when we pop back over to Volos too. Alright, so here's our sailor. There's no kind of origin. He does get one of two different backgrounds, either ship's passage or bad reputation. Considering that he's an enchanter, I don't know if he would have a bad reputation. He might have an excellent reputation. It might not be deserved, but he could certainly have a he could have a very good reputation, right? He might be the guy who can get you aboard any ship that that you want because magic. The personality traits are 2d8, 2 and 3. Buddha Belly, whoop. Thank you and welcome. It's good to see you again. Dark Wolf, just curious because in other fantasy settings, pureblood vampires and werewolves, for example, are higher ranked. Yeah, we'll get there. No worries. And 3d6 to finish things out. Thank you again, Buddha. We have a 3, a 6, and a 3. Alright, this is his personality trait. Or traits. Number 2. I work hard so that I can play hard when the work is done. As well, number 3. I enjoy sailing into new ports and making new friends over a flagon of ale. His ideal is number 3. Freedom. The sea is freedom. The freedom to go anywhere and do anything. And he does not have scruples to hold him back from the things that he wants to do. Or the people. Number 6. Ruthless pirates murdered my captain and crewmates, plundered our ship, and left me to die. Vengeance will be mine. He'll just He's like Marv. He'll just keep killing his way to the top. And his flaw is number 3. Once someone questions my courage, I never back down, no matter how dangerous the situation. Eat your snake vitamins, kids. Bubonic one, heck, that's what's funny is Yuan-ti hate other evil races, especially Drownolithids, mainly because they compete to corrupt good races or use them for slaves. Totally, yeah, totally voluntary friendship, Spicy. I mean, totally. Romantic Day, there are 3 major varieties of Yuan-ti: purebloods, half-breeds, and abominations. A pureblood can pass for human 80% of the time. It has only slight differences from true humans, such as slit eyes, the forked tongue, maybe even small fangs. Half-breeds are part human, part snake. Roll a d6 twice on the table. Okay, well, yeah, we'll get to that. They might have something like that in Volos for us, too. Although I think we're going for a pure breed. I don't know. The options are still open. I don't know if we have enough information just yet to commit to sailor, pirate, ship's passage, or bad reputation. Alright, well anyway, we have the other stuff necessary from our background. Now we can actually go over to our Volos and check it out. Yuan-ti are... oh, those are Tritons. Here we go, Yuan-ti Pureblood traits. Your Yuan-ti Pureblood character, called a Pureblood for short, has the following racial traits. Your Charisma score increases by 2. And your Intelligence score increases by 1. Our age we already have, alignment, size, 30 movement. So 15 climb, 15 swim, 0 fly. We do get 60 feet of dark vision. We are also going to get some innate spell casting. We know the poison spray cantrip. You can cast animal friendship an unlimited number of times with this trait, but you can target only snakes with it. Starting at 3rd level, you can also cast suggestion with this trait. Once you cast it, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest. Charisma is your spellcasting ability for these spells. The backstory is in the player's handbook. Romantic Day. Specifically, we're in Chapter 4. Right here for personality and background. Shoot, I think I might have the link open? Let me see real quick. Shoot, hang on. Here we go. I'm gonna make this a command too. Alright, Spicy Larry, that is for the modified sheet that you see here. If you want the original sheet, you can go to the next link. I think that's the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. So, Volo's guide, and we'll go into who Yuan-ti are also as a part of this, what we're doing. We are going to get, we get innate spellcasting. We're just going to put YT here. We are going to get poison spray. We'll put animal friendship for snakes only. And then we can cast suggestion at this trait. Or with this trait. Well, once per long rest. Charisma based. This way we're keeping track of where we're getting our spells. We have also magic resistance. So under advantages, saves versus magic and effects. We are immune to poison damage and the poison condition. So up here we have IRV, immunities, resistances, vulnerabilities. We're immune to poison. That's, you know, for damage. And then I made a note here under race, we're immune to the poisoned condition also. And we can speak, read, and write Common, Abyssal, and Draconic. Oh, is that where you got the Yuan-ti info, Romantic? Okay, let's delve a little bit here into... There's giants, gnolls, goblinoids, hags, kobolds, mind flayers, orcs, and the Yuan-ti. Sneck peoples. Humans transformed. One race, many forms. The bodies of all Yuan-ti have a mix of human-like and snake-like parts, but the proportion varies from individual to individual. After an initial metamorphosis of the humans, their society quickly coalesced into a caste system, based on how complete a person's transformation was. The vast majority of Yuan-ti fall into three categories: abominations, malazans, and purebloods. While the mutated brood guard and exceedingly rare anathemas have their place in the hierarchy as well. So we can see here there's a little, yeah, like it talks about their society, there's their gods, their pantheon. It goes into art and architecture. And here, Yuan-ti pureblood. The most numerous of the Yuan-ti purebloods are also the most human-like, exhibiting only one or two snake-like features, such as slitted pupils or patches of scales on the skin. In Yuan-ti cities, purebloods are treated fairly, but live in an environment where their wants and needs are eclipsed by those of the malazans and abominations. Because purebloods can easily pass as human, their most important function is as agents of the Yuan-ti in the outside world. They can live incognito among humans as diplomats, infiltrators, and spies. Because they get to wield power and influence while playing such roles. Some purebloods surround themselves with luxury in their human guises, and then become resentful when they have to return home and live under the caste system again. So yes, the more Sneck-like you are, the better you are in Yuan-ti society. The less Sneck-like you are, usually you can do very well for yourself among the humans or whomever you're infiltrating. Alright, those are our racial features. Let's go to our class now. We are a wizard. Hello, wizard. 11th level wizard at that. So actually, that's what we're looking at. Our proficiency bonus at this level is 4. I'm just going across the line. We're going to know 5 cantrips. So why don't we do... We'll put this on the spell page. And here's poison spray. Let's control C. Now let's control V. You can do it. There we go. Yay, we did it. We did a thing. Spicy Larry. Look at that, huh? 12 plus 7, 19. You got the red dragon. Let's go. Exact lethal. Give me my EXP. I am a golden god. I don't lose. And Tycho immediately duels Spicy Larry. And Spicy Larry wins the duel against Tycho. Oh no. Tycho, you have King to back you up here, or are you trying to get some experience to grow up on your own? You can't hide under King's skirt forever. You got to go out and get some bumps and bruises of your own. Romantic Day went all in and critically failed. Oh. Okay, we have D6 hit dice as wizards. As we are level 11, we conveniently have 11 D6 hit dice to use to empower ourselves for innate healing between battles or adventures or traps. Yeah, I know, it's a miracle that she just didn't get sucked into the void, Bubonic. We get no armor proficiencies. We do get some weapon proficiency. Dagger, dart, sling, quarterstaff, and light crossbow. No tool proficiencies. Saving throws are going to be intelligence and wisdom. And then we are going to get to choose 2. Alright, so we got to get, for our wizard, we're choosing 2 of these skills. Now again, let's go over his personality, right? He's the sailor, maybe a pirate. I work hard so that I can play hard when the work is done. I enjoy sailing to new ports and making new friends over a flagon of ale. The sea is my freedom, the freedom to go anywhere and do anything. Ruthless pirates murdered my captain and crewmates, plundered our ship, and left me to die. Vengeance will be mine. And once someone questions my courage, I never back down, no matter how dangerous the situation. Tycho was snecked by a sneck. Oh, ripperonis, Tycho. A part of me wants to say investigation. If he wants this revenge on this crew, on this pirate crew that killed everyone, he might go to port and ask questions to try and deduce, you know, have you seen these colors? Do you know someone who says this word or has a pet, you know, a pirate parrot that looks like this or says this phrase over and over again? So investigation is kind of standing out to me. Probably Arcana, because I think he might know what he is, but I don't know, that might, pardon me. Arcana or maybe even medicine could work if he's an enchanter. What are you all thinking for the character here? Ah, King. Civil Hermit seems to like it. Okay. Let us continue. Allons-y. The True Goods need to up their arsenal a bit. I mean, the constant warfare is depleting your resources as quickly as you can, you know, like, gang press them out of the local populace, King. Maybe the pirate ship was an Imperial privateer, and that's what brought... Yeah. That could be Bubonic One. Yeah, both sides definitely can. Let's see. We get a quarterstaff or a dagger. A component pouch. Oh, we're going to go for the arcane focus. Of the belaying pin. Right? So this is like a piece of the ship that was sunk by pirates. And this is what he uses to cast his spells of vengeance. So we can give him like a club if we want to. But I think it's fun if we make his arcane focus this part that really makes him just hate people. And he'll do anything to get it back. And when you can be enchanted to love him, even if he's, you know, putting toothpicks under your fingernails or something, then he's gonna do anything to get these people back. Can't make blood money without war. Can't keep our blood money while the war is on. Yep. You need a suit to get a job, but you can't get a job if you don't have a suit. Yep, Bubonic. That is correct. Scholar's pack or an explorer's pack? Probably a scholar's pack. If he's keeping notes on the target of his vengeance. Tycho says, I now have 2 confirmed players for my 3.5e campaign. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? 3.5, Tycho Boom. Tycho Boom, 3.5, anyone else? Oh, we also get a little thing called a spell book. We can do ritual casting. We're not... Okay, arcane recovery. Like, wizard itself doesn't give you a lot. You're going to get your abilities through your study. Not abjuration, divination. Here we go. Enchantment. Orange jelly. We have rolled into a Yuan-ti Pureblood sailor or pirate. He's chaotic evil because he hates these ruthless pirates who murdered his captain and crewmates. He will do anything to track them down. And as he's an enchantment themed wizard, he'll make you like the things that he does to you in order to try and get information. But he's kind of like, I mean, I would say Marv from Sin City, but he doesn't have quite the muscles, I don't think. Maybe he does. I don't know. We could make him a muscle wizard, I guess. But maybe his wand or staff can be a part of the bowsprit of the ship. Yeah, we can So instead of the belaying pin, if you want it to be that, there you go. There you go, Raikon. It's dark, and you know what? We rolled that he is a child prodigy. He's only 15 years old, Orange Jelly. And look, when you're a kid, when you don't necessarily know the difference between right and wrong, you just know you want things, or things make you happy, or you have fun doing things, your concept of evil isn't going to be the same. And this is what I've brought this up before. On a sunny day, you could give a little kid a magnifying glass and he'll entertain himself for an hour at an anthill. And he'll burn every ant alive that comes out. I mean, it's fun. You know, he giggles and laughs, and it's pure fun. There's nothing bad. This is pure, innocent fun. Maybe he knows what he's doing is evil. Or maybe he thinks that because he can make people like him, and that's key. He's an enchantment wizard, and if he doesn't have these scruples or these morals, he will make people like him, no matter what he's doing. And so he could very well be that kid who just wants to burn every pirate alive underneath a magnifying glass, and he'll have fun doing it the entire time. It's not even just for being mean's sake. He's doing it for his own advancement or amusement. And he probably enjoys the cat and mouse of being able to get away with it. Right? If you enjoy the freedom of the sea, right? Sea is freedom, the freedom to go anywhere and do anything. If I sign up to go on a nautical voyage and I can murder certain people with impunity, ear to ear, baby, ear to ear. Okay, our School of Enchantment. We are going to get, we're an enchantment savant. Quicker and cheaper for us to scribe enchantment spells. We also get a hypnotic gaze. Kind of reminds me of the snake in the one Disney cartoon, Jungle Book. With the big woo, 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 woo. And he probably has snake eyes too. Starting at 2nd level, when you choose this school, your soft words and enchanting gaze can magically enthrall another creature. As an action, choose one creature you can see within 5 feet of you. If the target can see or hear you, it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw against your wizard spell save DC, or be charmed by you until the end of your next turn. The charmed creature's speed drops to 0, and the creature is incapacitated and visibly dazed. On subsequent turns, you can use your action to maintain the effects, extending the duration until the end of your next turn. And you know what? Yeah, trust in me, right, Darkwolf? Yeah, Ka, the snake from the Jungle Book. There you go. And you know what? You only need to daze someone for 1 turn to push them overboard, so they drown mysteriously. Oh, the purple man from Jessica Jones. Oh, Civil Hermit's liking some street level Marvel. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Hermit. Yeah, the purple man from Jessica Jones. That is a... I won't spoil anything, but if you know what Civil's talking about, I agree. Do you guys have an orc for the campaign? I had an idea for an orc bard. We will find out. There are going to be 3 more characters we are going to make over the course of the week, Orange Jelly. So, we can hypnotically gaze people. Man, look at this. It sounds so stereotypical, right? But we have a Kenku Trickery Cleric, and now we have a Yuan-ti Hypnotist. We also have Instinctive Charm at this level. Beginning at 6th level, when a creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to divert the attack, provided that another creature is within the attack's range. The attacker must make a wisdom saving throw. So, you know, him, not me. And we can also split enchantment at this level. When you cast an enchantment spell of 1st level or higher that targets only one creature, you can have it target a 2nd one. And we're so close. Oh, this character. I don't know if this gives you the heebie-jeebies thinking about a kid like this. Just wait until we can alter people's memories. For someone who doesn't really care if, you know, I have the power to do it. I'm getting what I want. If he'll just go in and, you know, stir your brain up a little bit. Spooky. Well, hey, Orange Jelly, you can. Looks like you got some people interested. If you wanna describe it, you're welcome to do so. Okay, that is our arcane, or our wizard class, right? Wizards don't seem to get a lot. If you look here at their features, it's because they're all spells. Your benefits as a wizard comes from your immense capability to cast magic. At 11th level, our spell slots are 4, 3, 3, 3. 2 and 1. He could probably do some sort of like find familiar spell and get something like a sea snake or something as a companion. You want to talk about having a pet? Or I guess a familiar in this case. Laws on me, hello! Welcome back, Laws. Oh, that's a cool, that's like a really bright heart. But yes, hello. We're also going to get 5 cantrips, being a wizard. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, let's see. We get 6 first level spells, and then every time we level up, we get 2 more. So we are a wizard, enchantment, and we'll fill in this once we get our intelligence. We are casting off of int. 1, 2, 3, a 4, a 5, a 5, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, and 1 6th level. Correct? Yes, correct. Level 1. Isn't this wonderful? Like, we have such delightful music here. Let's put it to something more here. We're talking about a sailor or a pirate. There we go. Dark Wolf is powering up. Laws on Me continues to make some cute emotes. Or, I'm sorry, that's Rykon. 2 Laws on Me. Bubonic One is thinking 8, 13, 10, 15, 12, 14, and unlike our first character, I see this character as extremely mental and likable, wily, but somewhat frail. You know what? I would agree, and you know what, Bubonic? I'd even be willing to put an 8 in his con to help reflect that. I mean, an 8 in strength is fine as well. But if there's something that we want to put that 10 in instead, I mean, what? That would really just replace strength. But I don't know, if he's on a ship, maybe he the cute emotes continue. Maybe he has a 10 strength and an 8 con. Okay. So why don't we do that? Right? He's young. He is kind of like this, almost like a Raceland Majir kind of a setup. If you don't know who that is, then you need to do some reading. I'm going to waggle my finger at you. Waggle, waggle, waggle. 10 strength. 13 dex, 8 con. These are the tentative. The 15 in int, yes. Wisdom 12, and you want to put a 14 in charisma. A 1 in wisdom and a 3 in charisma, or we could rearrange it to go 2 and 2. Orange Jelly says the premise behind the Orc Bard would be sort of like death metal musician, and he inspires his team while screaming into combat. Oh, yes. In fact, there's a very handy-dandy flowchart here. Now, this is for orcs in 40k, but this still works for orcs in general. Okay? Use an orc. Is you fightin'? Yes. Can you add more DACA? Yes. Wah! Or if you can't add more DACA, can you make it more choppy? Yes. Wah! And if you can't make it more choppy, you're mucking about. With an M, I'm keeping it PG-13. Now, if you're not fighting, is you rocking? No. Is you looting? No. Well, then you're mucking about. Now, if you're looting or you're rocking, but you're not fighting, wah! Romantic Day says, I'm so sick of wizards and spellcasters in general. If you guys will allow me to sound like an old person for a second, I just want to point out that Wizards of the Coast has become a Skinner box that makes you feel smart for not choosing a non-spellcaster. I haven't played 5e yet, and 4e kind of fixed this problem, but I stand by this statement. Uh-oh. Bubonic one. I think it's because, I think it's because of all of the punctuation, Bubonic one. Thank you, Laws. Yeah, Bubonic one. Around here, we speak common. You're stunned for 1 round. Bubonic one put a bunch of periods, like several ellipses together, and it timed him out because he wasn't using words. Martial classes can be extremely effective in 5e. You could almost argue they're superior to casters now. Fighter is really good. It seems basic, but fighter is really good. You get all those ASIs. You can take any weapon you want. You're so adaptable. I mean, they made fighter a melee kind of equivalent of sorts of a wizard. I mean, yes, magic does strange and interesting things. Can a fighter hear a conversation 10 miles away in the next town over? No. But a fighter can do a ton of other things that a wizard can't. I get what you're saying, though, Romantic Day. And you're allowed to vent. You did it tactfully, and you presented your case. It caused discussion. You got it. Okay, now, we do get some freebies, by the way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We get 2 free spells every time we level. That's 3, 4. 5, 5, 6, 6. Now, do you have to take them like this? You do not have to take your spells like this. This is if you want to take the maximum number of spells you can in that level at that time. I mean, ultimately, as a wizard, you can learn every wizard spell. You just have to put in the time and the money and the effort to learn them. My 9, 10, 10, and then here's our 11, 11. And then if you, let's say you pick up a spell in Fairfax, that's a city that came up, right? You could do something like Fairfax from Wizard Jones. And then that you could put that as where you obtain that spell. Or a date or an NPC or something else, you know, to show where you picked up that spell and or when. Wizards given enough time they're amazing. Because you can fill up this sheet very easily, the ability to prepare your spells is important. How many spells can you prepare? Because then you choose... it's a little difficult to see like this. Let's zoom in. So on this sheet, we'll scroll down. Let's say, well, you have 4 here. You can cast 4 level 1 spells. Well, you have 8. What you can do to help remind yourself is you fill in the dot, right? This is... Now, it's not going to print with the blue square. And if you want, you can just leave these empty and then use a light, like a mechanical pencil, to shade things in. Material, somatic, verbal components. And do you have the sheet prepared? But that's the difference between knowing spells and preparing spells, if you were curious. But yeah, so this is going to be the minimum spells. And you know what? For a wizard especially, your spell book is your diary. If a wizard were to show you his or her spell book, you'll get an idea for who she is, where he's gone, the things that she's seen or done, or even the hopes and dreams that he has. Right? Because the spells that a wizard possesses are going to be aiding them in whatever they're doing. When you make a wizard class, if you want to go to Carrot forums and say, well, this is the maximum DPR spells to take, you can do that. Because maybe that's how you want to run your wizard. Your wizard wants to destroy as much stuff as possible, as possible and as quickly as possible. That could be your personality type. Or you could be a naturalist wizard and kind of put an artificial restriction. Well, I want to take more natural sounding spells. I mean, if that sounds like an oxymoron or whatever, but you can just roll with it. Or you say, you know what? I'm going to run a wizard that takes all of the underused spells. And I'm going to make this wonderful, like this underdog style wizard. He takes all of what people on the internet say are quote unquote bad spells. And I think I'm creative enough to make them work. And you make them work. Tycho says, finally I win something. To make popcorn or not make popcorn? The answer, yeah, Jelly got it. The answer is yes, you make popcorn. Someone help me decide, should it? No, I think Orange Jelly and myself just helped you, Tycho. Romantic Day. So Pathfinder is coming out with a 2nd edition. And I think they're fixing fighters in so much that fighters will have more options in how to use the actions available to them than perhaps a wizard, because of the way that the system's going to be working. Tycho shall return. Okay. So, this is the stat spread. Civil Hermit, Orange Jelly, well, Tycho's gone. Bubonic one, I know these are the original ones you put out there. Dark Wolf, do you agree with this stat spread for this type of a character? He would have a 12 Wisdom and a 16 Charisma. Or would you rather maybe flip it so that he has a 14 Wisdom and a 14 Charisma and balance him out? Or do you see him as just being so terribly charming that his Charisma is much higher than his Wisdom? I'm not partial to one way or the other. We did put Constitution at an 8 to reflect the fact that, look, he's a young kid. He's frail, and he's going to get other people to do his stuff for him. Oh, geez, Romantic. Romantic is apparently on the True Good train here. True Good, 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 True Good. I'd say his character would have a high charisma since he sounds manipulative. I can dig it, Orange Jelly. Alright, if we do this and we add in the Yuan-ti Pureblood modifiers, that's going to give him a 16 int and a 16 charisma. So, strength... Oh, by the way, he's going to get 2 ASIs. What do we want to do with his ability score improvements? We could dump them both into intelligence and just have him be a 20 int and call it a day. Or we could dump one into charisma, wisdom. We could pump up his dex a little bit if you want. What would we like to do with his 2 stat bumps? Tin Cat, or you can join my Army of the Snake, which is literally just an army of snacks. Romantic Day, does 5e make it so you can distribute the stats any way you want and it can still be effective to your class? Yeah, the curve is a lot flatter, Romantic Day. You don't get up to like, oh, I have a 32, which is like a plus 12. You naturally cap at 20. So a half-orc can be an effective wizard if you want it to be. You just need a couple levels to dump it into your int. And then you can have a natural cap and explore whatever else you want. Is 10 strength too high for a child character? Well, we do have to imagine that this child character, he's 15, and he has been a sailor for at least some time, so he's probably built up average muscle. That's what I'm thinking of, Civil. Bubonic did originally say an 8 strength, and I said, well, what if we gave him an 8 con instead? To reflect the fact that he at least has a neutral strength for being on the ship. Orange Jelly wants to put it all in charisma, so we want to have a like a 16 int but a 20 charisma enchanter. Dark Wolf wants to split the difference, go 1 int, 1 cha. And you know, Orange Jelly, we're not afraid to do like non-optimal builds because we're making them thematic. They'll still be functional. They'll still do things. Bubonic one wants to split the difference too. Alright, so Orange Jelly, we're taking half of your idea. And while we could go maximum intelligence, we'll go charisma and int. So that's going to be a 4, a 1, a -1, a 1 in dex, and a 0 in strength. Alright. With this, we can fill in a lot of numbers. Our strength saving throw is 0, but our athletics is 4. 1, 1, 1, and 1 for dex stuff. -1 for con, because he's still kind of a frail kiddo. 4 plus 4 is 8, so saving throw, arcana, and investigation. And we're going to fill in history, nature, and religion with 4s. Wisdom saving throw is a 5, as is perception. Everything else is going to be a 1, 1, 1, and 1. And then charisma saving throw 4. And everything else is going to be a 4 here too. So he's just... He has magic, but he is also naturally talented. He just might not be proficient. And you know what? As this, if you were to play this character, maybe you'd want to take a feat. You can get some skill proficiencies, something like that. Laws does a little dance, makes a little tea, gets down the night. Ah, that 20. Our current hit points, well, at level 1 you get your maximum hit dice. In this case it's a 6. Every other, meaning 10 more levels, because he's level 11, you get half plus 1. So that's going to be 4. Every level, so all 11, you get your con modifier, which in this case is actually going to be negative hit points. So, here's our difficult algebra for the night. We have minus 11 hit points. So, we have 40 in here. We have 46 minus 11. So, he has 35 hit points. There we go. Initiative is going to be a +1 because that's a dex check and our mod is +1. Our passive perception is going to be 15 as his perception modifier is 5 and you add 10 to that for his natural awareness. He has earned a name now. He is no longer a set of stats. His dagger attack, because he can use dexterity to go snick a snack, is going to be a +5. Dex plus proficiency. For 1d4 plus 1 piercing damage. Laws asks, could you explain death saves? I always get confused. Yeah, we'll go over those, Laws on me. You could also say he learned to magically enhance his effective charisma. Yeah, that's true too, Civil. Oh, Orange Jelly's got the Grand's 20 also. And oh yes, our spell save. Actually, it's easier to do it this way. Some spells require you to roll to hit, similar to a weapon but off of a different stat. Wizards use int, so it's our int mod of 4 with our proficiency bonus since we're proficient with magic. So we have a +9 to hit with our spells. The difficulty class to save against our effects is another 8 on top of that, or a 17. The full algebra is 8 plus spellcasting mod plus proficiency. And there's nothing really on the side that he has to, to use. You can keep it blank, type in not applicable, X's or whatever. But he doesn't have key points or sorcery points or things along those lines. Orange Jelly wants to call him Snaky McSnakerson. Dark Wolf, I think, is offering the name Volantis Indies. Laws and Orange Jelly are exchanging very cool emojis. Bubonic, I think, is offering a name too. Was that MB? I don't know what MB is, but Slar Uku. Dark Wolf continues to have a party. By the way, his armor class is 11. He's not wearing armor. He doesn't have a spell up. He doesn't have a shield. So it's a base 10 plus your dexterity modifier. So his natural AC wearing a shirt and trousers is 11. Estwild, hello. Welcome. Oh, wow. We have some more Felicia. A Felicia creep and a Felicia, yeah. MB is Mindbender, his nickname. Ah. But instead of Mindbender, like, people, if he's doing it well, people won't know that. So wouldn't he be something like Smile Maker or he's the Something that you'd, you know, it'd be something you'd find on a gum commercial. Now, there is something else. There is something else to determine. Is he a sailor with ship's passage who just has his own personal quest for vengeance, and as he pulls into a port, he will do as whatever he pleases? Is he a pirate or a privateer with ship's passage, or either of those with a bad reputation? I don't think he'd have a bad reputation. Again, I don't think he's earned a good one from non-magical means, but I don't think he has a bad one. But do we want to make him by default a pirate? Or is he a sailor who just whimsically floats around finding clues until he decides to do something about them? Bubonic is thinking he wants something impressive that makes him different for a nickname. Laws wants to name him Dirk de Anima. Yes, the character does have legs, Tycho. Aside for some snake-like features, like perhaps slitted pupils or a forked tongue, maybe his lip has those holes in them to better detect scents or heat or whatever, or he might have a patch of scales somewhere. He has or maybe he has like a little wiggly tail, like just a little wiggly tail. Or I don't know, kind of a, well, it shouldn't be too long for a pureblood, but he has a couple snake-like vestigial leftovers. But he has, 2 arms, 2 legs, and go from there. Tin Cat Pirate, bad reputation, people realize that he tricked them? Kappa. Dark Wolf is thinking he's more of a pirate with ship's passage. Orange wants to call him Sneckless. Nickname the Simpering Smirk. I don't know if he'd be simpering, though. He seems very active and very proactive. Civil ship passage makes sense as a Jedi mind trick. You will let me board this vessel? Okay. But we're seeing him as a pirate of some kind, but with ship's passage. Salvatore Selzora. I'm seeing a lot of different names here. He can be the serpent of the sea. A liquid snake. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, snap, says Orange Jelly. Oh, there's a lot of good names here. Maybe we can, maybe we can take some components from the names that were put out there and do something like, and then we can give him, like, his pirate name. Right, he has a name, but he has his pirate name, too. And maybe that's something like, and AKA smirking snake when he's on the high seas reaving. Yeah, Orange Jelly, I think we're on a similar wavelength. So, Selzora DeVelantis, a.k.a. the Smirking Snake. The Serpent of the Sea sounds superior. It reminds me of the Ruby of the Sea a lot. I tried using a bunch of consonants, not consonants. English, though, right? This is a literal name. He calls himself the Smirking Snake. Now, for what his qualities as a Yuan-ti are, you could fill a lot of that in character backstory, or especially if you click in character appearance and you want to upload something, even if it's a sketch. Pardon me. Additional features and traits. Oh, you can go to town on this. What did we have? A 17 and a 9. And that's not applicable. Yeah, but it's not Liquid Snake. He's a snake and he's a pirate. He has to be named Liquid Snake. Maybe someone somewhere calls him that. Torchic, I figured I would have missed the end of this sheet. Tycho says that if you make another snake person, if it's a fighter, that one has to be Solid Snake. He could be Draco Malfoy. Oh, Darkwolf is drawing him. And Tycho got a lull. Okay, let's... So, we do have to fill in his spells, and we can. I think it's about time that I need to get up and take another walk around, take a quick little break. I've been drinking lots of... Well, speaking of liquids, I've been drinking a lot of liquids myself, so I'll need to get up and answer nature's call. So, go ahead. I mean, keep throwing names around. It's fun. I enjoy reading them. Darkwolf is drawing him, and you all are having a generally good time. So yeah, like 5-10 minutes. I won't be terribly long. Maybe I won't if I don't know if I want another soda though. I might just get a big pitcher of ice water. But yeah. It's not as good if it's empty. Try doing some D&D ASMR with that. I don't know if... There you go. Alright. Can nature text instead? Can nature text instead? Oh, gotcha. Instead of... I was thinking it didn't make initial sense, and I'm like, oh, did he mix something up? But no, I get what you're saying. Alright, so anyway, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we can fill in some spells on these characters. It's general chat time. It's part 3. It's loosey-goosey fun time. I think I'll be broadcasting for about another hour or so. On top of that, I'll probably be signing off or getting things wound down around 3 tonight. I do have a morning meeting that I have to be at, so I can't stay up terribly late. Oh, that was the... Oh, well, sorry, Torchic's cat. So, okay, BRB. Whoa, hey, Merry Mercenaries. If you're here, thank you for the auto host. And for anyone who came over with your auto host, welcome. Sarah's AFK here, getting some chips and salsa. Nom 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 nom. So yes, Merry Mercenaries, anyone who came aboard, welcome, welcome. And Derek says we're going to have a little talk before the game tomorrow. What did you determine then, Derek?